Good morning, guys. Welcome to reading class. Let's make a brief summary before to finish the reading of this story. Train to Somewhere. Train to Somewhere is a story about a group of orphans that travel from New York City, from St. Christopher Orphanage to the Midwest, looking for a caring family. So they travel in a train for days from station to station. And actually, and the last station is somewhere. The story of the story actually is based on real events, but the somewhere station is a fictional name and also the name of the characters. But this is based on a real story. Train to Somewhere is based on a real story. In these first illustrations, we can see Marianne, which is the big girl, Nora, and Mrs.
Randolph.
Miss Randolph. Okay, Miss Randolph is the woman in charge of these orphans. Nora and Marianne take care of each other. They love each other, and they wanted to be adopted together. So they say that to the families when they arrive to a station that they are sisters. But Miss Randall says that is not true. And also they are different. Santiago, don't play with the camera, please. They don't look alike. They are totally different. So they change the clothes they are wearing for old clothes because they have to travel for hours, for days, from station to station. So Miss Randall says, change your clothes, the new or the clean clothes, for the old one. At the other side of the blanket are the boys changing their clothes too. In these stations, at the first station, which is in the first station, do you remember the name of the first station? The first station they visited was in where?
There I saw the great plains. I see.
Yeah,
there.
Because remember that they were travel to the Midwest, and Midwest has great plains because of the Mississippi River, and and has a lot of crops. That's why. So they arrived to that first station. There were many families waiting for the kids, but unfortunately, they were looking for kids to do certain jobs, to work in the fields. The boys, okay, they were looking for strong boys to work in the fields, or they were looking for girls, big girls, to help at home. Not precisely to give love or to love the kids as as a son or as a daughter. They were looking fuerza de trabajo. Let's say like that. Okay, that's what they were doing. And in here, this couple, wanted to adopt Nora. And Nora says, but Mariana is my sister. So Miss Randall says, that's not true. That's not true. They are not sisters. They are just friends. So here, they were separated. Nora was adopted by this couple, and Marianne continued the journey in the train. Continue the journey in the train, okay? So I have to pry Nora's finger from mine because they were separated. The woman bends down. Bends is como se agacha, se agacha. Okay, bend is dobla. Usted dobla su espalda and se agacha. Do you know what's what is waiting for you on our carriage? A puppy just for you. Okay, so this couple brought a puppy for the girl they wanted to adopt. It was a surprise. I don't want a puppy. I want Marianne. Nora cries. Miss Randalls and the couple signed the agreement papers, and then they take her. She was sad. Nora was a little girl about 5 years old, and she wanted to be with Marianne. So that's why she was crying, because she didn't want a puppy. She wanted Marianne. Nora's still crying and looking back. I'm sniffling too, okay? Marianne also was kind of crying. But it's better if I am not taken. I have to stay free for mother. Remember that Marianne is looking for her mother. And every station they arrived, Marianne realized her mother is not there. But she thinks that's what she wants, okay? That her mother is waiting for her, and her mother will be in one station looking for her. That's what she wants. That's what she thinks. She told me she would come for me. She kneeled in front of me on the steps of St. Christopher's the day she left me there. She was working in Harrison's chicken factory at that time, and there was a white feather cut in her hair, okay? So a feather was in her mother's hair. So she took out the feather from the hair and gave it to Marianne. I lifted it off and held it against my cheek. I am going west to make a new life for us, she said. Then I will come for you. That's what her mother said. I will come for you. Yo volveré por ti. So, and she believed in her mother's word. When, Mama? When? The feather stuck against the tears that ran down my face. Before Christmas, she said. I have waited through so many Christmases. Right, Victor? Nobody has to be writing. Marianne has been in St. Christopher's orphanage for many Christmases, and her mother hasn't come back for her. But now I am going west, okay? Now she's traveling in the train and she's going west. Her mother told her, I am going west, okay? I am going west looking for a better life. And she promised her that she will come back. 9 of us are left to get back on the train. 9 kids, okay? The rest were adopted. Miss Randall says we are to keep on our good clothes. We'll be getting off again soon. At Kilburn, we are walked to a hardware store to stand in line. I expect they took all the biggest boy in Porterville. One man says, but still, Eddie Hartz, who is only 7, is taken. There's a boy who can stand on his hands and pretend to pull bottom out of people's ear. He makes the crowd laugh and he gets taken too. Okay, so Eddie Hartz was only 7. And another boy that liked to do magic trick was taken also. Okay, so as soon as the train has loaded on wood and fresh water, the rest of us get back up aboard. Miss Randall wipes her eyes. Anything better than being on the street of New York, she says. A lot of you will do fine. We weren't on the street, Susan Edger says. Susan's only 5, okay? So this, there are small kids, same as Nora, okay? So Nora was 5 too, but she's sassy and not sweet. She was at St. Christopher's too. We couldn't keep all of you forever. Miss Randall blows her nose on her white handkerchief. We have to make room. We have to make room means that they need to make space. Necesitan hacer espacio. Why? To receive other orphans. There are other orphans in need. Hay otros huérfanos con necesidad. So that's why they need to make room. And that's the reason they make this journey in the train to look for families that want to receive an orphan. Susan makes a face. The next station is Glover. The crowd is smaller. My mother isn't here either, okay? So Marianne's mother is not in that station also. Where is she? She must know I might be on this train. The story was in all the newspapers. Miss Randall said, orphan from St. Christopher's among those riding the rails. Children in need of homes. The papers listed every stop. I was sure my mother would be at one of them. Wait, Mama, wait. I'm coming. Night after night at St. Christopher, I had sent my thoughts to her across the darkness and the distance. You don't even have to come get me, Mama. I'm coming to you. But where is she? At Glover, they line us up along the railway track. Susan's spotting and winning. She says her new boots hurt her feet. What happened with the boots of her? So probably the boots are too small for her feet. That's why the new boots hurt her feet. There's a nice looking man and a woman at the front of the crowd. Susan stopped pouting. She smiles and holds up her arms. Mama, Papa, she begged. So we could think that she girls was very smart because she instantly took the hand of that woman and man. Wow, Melanie. And she was smiling at all time because she wanted to be adopted by this couple. The man clutches at her heart. So fue como flechada en su corazón. James, she's calling out to us. So see, she was very smart. The man scooped Susan into his arm. We will take her, she said. So she was adopted by this couple. Can I have a puppy? Susan asks. The man smiles. I will just bet you can, honey. A boy who has his eyeglasses tied on with string is taken too, and two other boys. There's not much left to pick from, a woman says in a bad-tempered way. So look what this woman says. No hay mucho de dónde escoger, with a bad temper, como con un mal carácter. Next time we will have to ride in as far as Potterville. I have a terrible hurt inside of me. My mother didn't want me. So poor Marianne. Look what she thinks. My mom didn't want me. Mi madre no me quiere. It looks like nobody wants me. It's not that I am hoping to be placed, but because my mother could be at the very next stop. But what if she isn't? Pero qué si ella no está? That's impressive for the little girl. The three of us who are left, just 3 kids are left in the train, get back on the train with Miss Randall. She gives us ginger snaps and milk from the can she got in Glover. The milk is sweet. Ginger snaps. You know what ginger is? Jengibre. Jengibre. Okay? We can't be down in the dumps, children, she says. What are you doing, Swag? Watch the presentation. Please watch the reading. Let's sing. She begins. Okay. Okay, Swag. Jesus loved me, but nobody joins in. She sings along through 3 verses. We're such a long way from Nora. I wonder if her puppy has a name. If somebody takes me, I will ask if I can go visit her. She's like my sister. I will say, Memorial, the conductor calls. This is the name of another station, Memorial. There are 4 people waiting at the station, just 4 people. At the first stations, maybe you remember, there was a crowd, había una multitud, were a lot or a big group of people. But in these stations, there were only 4 people. None of them is my mother. I stumble out with the girl named Amy and the one named Dorothy. We sneak glances at one another. We are wondering which one of us looks best. They are not pretty either. The taste of the sweet milk is still in my throat, and it's making me sick. Le está haciendo sentirse mal. The milk. One couple takes both, Amy and Dorothy. 2 for the price of 1, the man jokes. Though, of course, there's no price. Okay, so who was left in the train? Because Marianne, just Marianne. Amy and Dorothy was taken for the same couple. Just Marianne is in the train. Yeah?
The children that are in that train, he don't have mother and father.
No, they are orphans, son huérfanos. That's why they are traveling the train, looking for the family that want to adopt them. But not all of them were placed in with caring families, con familias que realmente los quieran. Most of them were adopted to work in the field if they are boys, or work at home if they are girls. Marianne is very good with children. Miss Randall tells two other couple. There's a sort of begging. Era como una especie de ruego. What Miss Randall says, because says Marianne is very good with children. There is a sort of begging in her voice as she clutches the last agreement form, the one from me. My missus looks after our little one. The man grunts. We just came to look, the woman says. But she takes an apple from her bag and gives it to me. Have this, child. Thank you. I bend my head over the apple. It is blurry through my tears. Blurry. When we are crying, we cannot see clear. Nuestra vista se nubla because we are crying. So that's why we happen here. It is blurry through my tears, a través de mis lágrimas. The train whistles, blowing. El silbato del tren, okay? Miss Randall and I get on. There's only one stop left. I know, one. Miss Randall says I should eat my apple. She says she has a washcloth in case my hands get sticky. I said I don't want to eat anything just yet. We look out the window, not talking, not singing. Miss Randall has me take off my hat and she brushes my hair. There's a nice hotel farther down the line, she says. If there's nobody at this next stop, why, we will just go on. I'll be glad of the company. And on the journey back, somewhere, the conductor calls. Remember the story is train to somewhere. The train was traveling to somewhere station. Somewhere is the last stop. So this is the last chance Marianne has to find her mother. It's such a strange name, as if it thinks itself important. as if it's a place surrounded by nowhere. I put my hat back on. My hands are shaking. So she was shaking. She was scared. She was nervous. Outside, there's a couple waiting by a wagon. The woman is small and round as a dumpling. She's wearing a heavy black dress and a man's droopy black hat. Okay, the man was wearing a hat and the woman a black dress. She's not my mother. Are you ready, Marianne? Miss Randall asked softly. I put myself back into the corner of the seat. No, I whispered. No, ella susurró. No, because Miss Randall asked her, are you ready? But she says, no. This is the couple she saw through the window. This couple, they were an old couple. Miss Randall holds my hand as we get down from the train. The man is tall and stooped. He takes off his hat. The woman doesn't take her off. I think they were both pretty old. They were pretty old, okay? Eran bastante mayores. The woman's holding a wooden toy locomotive. You know what a locomotive is? It's like a train. Era un tren de madera. Are you? The man asks Miss Randall. Yes, Miss Randall nudges me forward. This is Marianne. Is she all? Solo, this question says, is she all? Solo ella? The woman stops. I know she was going to say, is she all that's left? Solo ella? Sobra? That was the question she wanted to do, but she doesn't. She looks at me closely. I see a chance in her face, a softness. I had thought my mother would look at me like her. Somehow, this woman understands about me. Diego, what are you doing? How it felt that nobody wanted me, even though I was waiting inside myself for my mother to come. Somehow she understands the hurt. I'm Tilly Book, she tells my Randolph. This here's my husband, Roscoe. She holds the toy locomotive out to me. We brought you this. I am not what you wanted, am I? Yo no soy lo que tú querías, ¿cierto? That's what she said. That's what Marianne says. I said, you wanted a boy. Why Marianne thought that this couple wanted a boy? Because the locomotive has red painted wheels and Bluetooth smoke stack. They brought a toy for a boy. I won't lie you. We did want a boy, Mrs. Book says. ¿Sí? No te vamos a mentir. Sí queríamos un varón. But we like girls fine, Mr. Book adds. Mrs. Book squints at me, so le hizo un guiño. I expected we are not what you wanted either, Roscoe and I. Tampoco somos lo que tú esperabas. We found each other late in life. Nos encontramos tarde en la vida. I always thought I'd catch myself somebody a mite more handsome. She pats Mr. Book's hands and they smile at each other. And I can tell they like each other a lot. Sometimes what you get turns out to be better than what you wanted in the first place, Mr. Book says. Yeah, there's a sort of crumbling inside of me. My mother is not it somewhere. She's not waiting here or anywhere. I reach in my pocket and bring out the feather. It was white. It was white. when I took it from my mother's hair. Now it's yellow. I smooth it with my fingers. I brought you this. See, so Marianne take off the feather of her pocket. Sacó la pluma que quitó del cabello de su madre y se lo dio a Mrs. Brooke. Why? Thank you. Miss Brooke stick the feather on the hand of her droopy hat. Ella se lo colocó en su sombrero. It's funny the way is nestless there. Es gracioso la manera que calza allí en el sombrero de Mrs. Brooke, as if it belongs, as if it has found its place at last, como si perteneciera allí. Okay, Mr. Brooke takes the agreement paper, looks at them, then at me. And look, this question, this is so lovely. Would you come with us? Le preguntaron, ¿vendrías con nosotros? Yes, I whisper. Miss Randall leans forward and kisses my cheek. Kisses my cheek. Are you ready now, Marianne? She asks. I'm ready. So Marianne was adopted by, by this lovely couple. Did you like the story, guys? It's a very lovely story. It's a story of about a group of orphans. It was very nice. Unfortunately, she didn't find her mother. Okay, I just want to discuss the last work you have to do, and you have to watch the picture in a Schoology to complete it in your notebook because we don't have time. What you have to do is a timeline. Okay, what a timeline is construct a living, is a timeline is events, the main events in the person's in the life of a person. This is not what you have to copy. This is an example. The day I was born is my first event. Then another important event could be, oh, my first birthday, or when I got a dog, my first day of school, Disney World vacation. This one was a very important event in my family's life. When we visited Disney World, it was an awesome experience. I think it was one of the best experiences in my life. Learn to ride a bike. Oh, this is something I never did. I never learned to ride a bike. And I am an old woman, but I never learned. Today, okay, to look at this one. Today, I am 11 years old and I am going to 6th grade. So today you are 10 years old and you are going to 5th grade, probably. Okay, so the timeline about the story is this one. This is the picture I am going to upload in Schoology, and you have to... Today? Yeah, today. I will do it today. And I am going to trace... I copy that now. You have to trace. You are not going to have time because I am going to close this. Okay, first event, the orphan board the train. Second, the children changed the clothes on the train. The good clothes for old one. After that, they sleep on the train. In Chicago, they changed trains. Then some children are adopted. Zachary and Maggie. No, it's not necessary because it's too difficult. Okay, so, and we can add one more event. What can we add here? What event? We can add that Nora, Marianne, was adopted by a lovely couple, but she never found her mother. She was looking for her mother, but she never found her. So here we're gonna write finally. This one will be the last event. Finally. So we took a pictures of this and it will be in a Schoology, okay? So see you on the next class. Bye-bye, guys. This is the points, okay? The points belongs in here. You have to do this, and this is the pictures I want in a Schoology. Okay?
Miss, I want to take a photo. Wait a minute.
Okay, quickly. Take it.
Gonna post it to Schoology.
Yes, this is the work I want in a Schoology for this week. Only this. The
I mean
timeline.
that you're gonna post the photo.
Yes, I will. I will post the photo in a Schoology. Okay? Finish?
Okay.
You took the picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
I cannot do it because I'm in computer.
Okay, no problem. See you in a couple of minutes, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.